Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to a Ramen Toy special event live stream with me, Ace. Uh, Before that, it was an introduction that was done by Michael Canova, who is actually in the backstage with me today, helping me out with the comments. So thanks, Michael, for offering your assistance. So Michael will basically help me to go through the comments as and when I lose track of it, and then sort of star your super chats, questions, and some important information that you guys might want to convey to me. All right. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me this morning in Singapore, in Asia, of course, over there in the good old USA in the West. It's nighttime. Well, so good evening. All right. So I'd like to just say a good greet you guys who are already in the chat. Thank you for joining me. Do a quick one here. Say hello to people like Runis, who is already here since the first hour, I think. We have Dicky Two Shoes. We'll get to that later, Dicky. We have Stanley Eberhardt. Thank you for joining the stream. We'll have all those questions addressed in just a bit. Requelm, thank you so much for joining the stream. Agent on Clocks, thank you so much. Thanks for joining in the wee hours in Europe. All right. Hannah Miller, thank you so much for joining, and we'll be talking about that in just a little bit. In fact, for those of you who are attention to details, you can actually see a marquee that's going on at the bottom of the screen, which basically talks about gives you the highlight of today's event that we'll be talking about. All right. My next, as usual, usual suspects who are over here. Thank you for joining. Always, your support is always appreciated. Rob Wilson, all things Machina. Yes, we'll be talking about that as well. We have Stephen Lawrence also in the chat. Hola to you. Jean Francois Pare. Hello, everybody. All about the villains. Yo, yo, yo. Miggy in the house greets everybody. The role keeper, interested in news, and yes, we'll be getting to those news really soon. Also saying hi to a Gun Buddy Customs. Excited to see the van. Yes, we'll be talking a little bit about that. The Grand Poobah, hoping. Wow, that's a great hope. We just need to sometimes get our fingers together, and Wally as well, talking about another property that if we ever get there. All right, the Titan, thank you so much for joining the stream. Will Illis, let's see that van. Just hold on to your horses in just a bit. Dual X Machina machine, right? Here for the Gacha Man, bring it. Thank you so much. All right. Jason Taros, looking forward to receiving the Great Whites, and we'll be talking about that as well. um yeah, so all you guys here, thank you so much for joining. Zim double O, hi to you. Laser Pants, as usual, thank you for your support, Mr. 3POA. Good evening to you. Suka, yes. Flash is the goods. Let's see the goods. Yes, we will be looking at some merchandise definitely along the way. Jay Smith, hello to you. The Banks 75, thank you so much. Robert Evans, thank you for joining the stream. We got Felix Fegans there saying hello to everybody. We have Vinny Red, thank you for joining. Passano 777 again, thank you so much for joining. And yeah, thank you so much, guys. I'm gonna now basically start off and get the show going, right? Everybody's time is precious. So, Michael, obviously, the show is yours. You can actually go ahead to start those comments and let me know as I start to blabber away. I'll be losing track of the stream. You can always, just click and put things on the screen so I can actually address them as necessary. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. All right, we have had our last stream back before Joe Fest. I was, with a team, and of course, we went actually to Joe Fest. But prior to that, Michael and I were actually also in Vegas. Okay, and we actually had an opportunity to meet with certain licensor, including which would be actually Hasbro, and the greater good of the Great White, as the topic suggests. in the first part of the marquee. We're going to be talking about Great White. Okay, so what happened in Vegas is that we're fortunate enough to have a meeting with Hasbro, and we were granted a follow-up meeting back in Singapore because you know what a coincidence, right? The person who is responsible for the hard goods for the license that we are trying to procure happens to be stationed in Singapore, my hometown. All right. So we had a meeting, follow-up meeting with Hasbro in Singapore. But as you know, with big corporations, everything has a protocol. It goes through the chains, the channels. So what I'm just trying to say, basically, without beating on the bush too much, is that we are in talks for the license. Okay, I'm going to be trying to be a little bit careful with my words here so that I don't jeopardize myself. Basically, you will get the gist of what I'm talking about. So we are in talks to procure the license, and until I can get the confirmation from Hasbro, which currently I would say looks promising, but again, nothing is confirmed until it's pen to paper on the contract. All right. So we are basically telling our customers, our fans on this stream, with regards to the Great White, that we're currently in hold mode, so to speak. Okay. What does that mean? It means that we are supposed to get it out to you, but because we have reached this opportunity, we are actually holding to await the positive news from the other side so that we can convert the name Great White into something that you guys are more familiar with in a more official sense. So for those of you who are getting the gist of what I'm saying, it means that we are currently waiting. All right. So waiting means that for everybody who's asking when is it coming out. Yes, we mentioned Q2 of this year. That has gone. Not making excuses, but making progress, right? We are actively seeking progress, actively seeking to get you a better product, a better in this case, because if everything falls into place, it would be officially licensed. So I just need everybody to sort of work with us at Ramen. Hold your horses on regards of asking about the when is it coming out. Yes, it's supposed to be coming out. We have everything in place, but because of this opportunity, we will have to actually just be a bit more patient and wait for the other side to get back to us, which we hope would be really soon. I can't promise you a timeline of when that would be, but it wouldn't be you know, uh, a timeline that is totally unacceptable, right? I'm not asking you to wait months on years. Okay, we're just gonna wait a little while more as we head towards August, and hopefully in the next live stream, I'll be able to give you guys the good news. All right, so that is actually the part of the announcement for this special event to let you guys know about the progression of this particular product and to show you that we are actually showing progression. All right, the next immediate hot topic after this obviously is the purple ring, and as I've written over there in the banner, is perfecting the purple ring. I will just give you guys a bit of a short video to get me to talk about the next topic. So here we go. Wait a minute. Time out. I need to actually find the video. See, so this is where it gets a little bit. See, long time no do. Okay, so all right. I think this should be it. But wait, I got to actually present it. So sorry, guys. There we go. Okay. Okay, so when things go wrong, things go wrong. Hold on. Okay, there. I think I got it. All right, guys. So that is a bit of a little video I put together using still photos of the prototype that's exactly in front of me right now. Um Hopefully, you guys can see it. So, Machina has come some way from our first product to the second, which is on a crossroads, literally. And we hope that, our efforts and, the support of Hasbro would allow us to bring all these guys to you in a more official format. Okay, so right here, as previously shown, I would say months ago when we were actually developing this thing, you guys saw it in like the raw plastic color, and then you saw some quick demo of transformation. But this is it, right? You know, I mentioned about the prototype in progress, PIP. I was sharing with you how we developed the thing from conception, etc. And then what you have here is basically the final prototype. Of course, a little bit of adjustments will still have to be made until we are completely satisfied to bring you a pre-order, right? So this live stream was just to show you exactly how far we've come with this thing. Basically, I would say 95%, 90 something percent. Okay. So obviously this thing would function in terms of it moving. Okay, but unfortunately, because of the whole the way we have designed it and the fact that it's physics, we are unable to store this thing, so it sort of performs like an accessory, like an action figure holding an axe or a sword. These things are accessories that are removed and placed aside. Okay, and then you have the car by itself. Okay, so the first thing that comes to mind is, would the wheels move, right? So the wheels do move at the moment. As you can see, it is the tires only moving. But of course, at the end of the day, this would actually have the rims moving as well, because no point moving the tires with the wheels stationary. That will look weird. So it's a very simple fix, okay, that I have told our prototype maker to just incorporate. So it's basically a disc that covers the entire rim. Likewise for the back. All right, it's a whole disc. Because of the fact of the transformation, this cannot be a real wheel. So in a sense, this is actually a fake wheel that actually rotates on this particular surface. All right, so that is how we address whether the wheels move. Okay, in regards to the bottom, you can see um, the intricacies of it all. All right, in the back view. All right, for those of you who remember what it looks like, a little feature that I want to highlight straight away is that the the doors, all right, the doors. You have the option of actually removing the windows so that you can actually have your windows so-called wound down, so to speak. All right, if you don't want it, if you want it to be like open, you can actually do that. So same thing here. Just remove this, right, and you can have the thing over there, right? Okay. So that would be how it looks like with the plastic clear piece removed. And obviously, the interior is full of details, like every single, if I can just show it right there. So you got the details over there. All right. So again, this is a prototype, so I'm trying to be as careful as I can. All right. So the way to transform this, of course, the lights also comes up like that. Okay, and I believe if I were to press onto this, it actually would transform. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's just do this first, all right? Transform it this way, all right? Removing the wheels this way, and then it extends the fins. So we had uh, comments about the fins being a little bit too small. So we actually extended the fins. Likewise over here, we extend the fins. And then I believe we have this button here, which, okay, it releases, and this one opens up. Okay. And of course, the question about the fins being the wings being too short. So we have the first extension and the second extension. So two extensions. Likewise over here, first extension, second extension, and then on here we will have the stabilizers up. All right. So this actually is on a spring. Okay. And then finally, like I said, if I can just get this to work, I hope that I don't, it might not want to cooperate now. But this actually pops up. Okay. Let's see. It might be a little bit stuck. All right. It's okay, guys. So we will ignore this at the moment. It looks a bit stuck, but I'm still trying to get it out. Let's see. Come on. There we go. So and then there's missiles inside, and with the press of this button here, it's going to shoot out. So I'm not going to do that right now. And then finally, uh, you can just manually remove the seat, and then obviously using little fingertips to extend the wings. All right, then you have your little ejection seat, which actually is on both, right? Even the driver's side has one. Okay, so the driver's side also we can eject. There we go. And the same thing here. We're gonna gently deploy the wings. So guys, these are all like what people said, works of art more so than toys. So as you're handling all these things, you gotta be really careful because it's intricate. All right. Although it's going to be made of injected ABS, as etc. But still, it's not the kind of toy that you want to be like smashing around to the wall. So there you go, guys. Right, perfecting the purple ray, and once we have good news from our friends over at Hasbro, we will hopefully be able to officially name this and get it out to you. I would say this is going to be next year, obviously, right? From prototyping stage, we're going to tool, the drill. After tooling, we'll get you the test shot and everything. We'll perfect it, and then you know, it takes time for delivery from prototype stage to production. So once again, this is a follow up to the first review of this special event. Why do I call it special event? Because it's special, right? It's a lot of new things happening, including product launches. So, thank you guys for joining. Oh, thank you. That's exactly what I need Michael for. That is a work of engineering art. Thank you so much. Again, we are by no means in the league of the third party transformers. Those guys are the masters. Those guys are the shifu, but we do our best with our limited range of mechanical engineering to try to get something out old-fashioned way. So Hannah Miller, love the seat being able to remove so much. Thanks so much. Yeah, the little seats, right, that corresponds to how it looks like. Yeah. All right. So that is so much for the purple ray. Um, Again, guys, you have to first remember to hit the like button on this live stream and share it if you can on your social so that more people can uh, be aware of what we're doing here. And we do appreciate each and every one of you. We have like 220 people in the stream. Appreciate it so much. All right. So that is a conclusion of the purple rate. And if there's any immediate questions that pops up on screen, I would be happy to take it as I take a sip of water. All right. So Michael says all good. Okay. Um, I'm going to remove this. All right. So the next thing on the list is obviously the next license, right? We start out with a license and then we move on to another license. So for that, again, I'm going to have to call upon a little video segment to assist me to get into the next topic. So without further ado, let's go. All right. That is a quick introduction video of what we'll be doing with our license. Again, kudos to Julian Kabada, who has actually assisted us with the sculpting of what you see there, which is eagle sharp and the figure of Kent the eagle. Okay, so again, we were fortunate enough to meet with Tatsunoko actually much prior before the Las Vegas licensing expo. We actually met them in Hong Kong's licensing show in the end of April. We presented our ideas, our products, our quality, and the folks at Tatsunoko, were happy to work with us on Gatchaman 2. All right. So why Gatchaman 2? Because again, I like to do things that I really love, and Gatchaman 2 among the three Gatchamans is something that I personally and the team loves very much, right? So we decided to tell Tatsunoko that if we're going to be doing Gatchaman, we want to start off with Gatchaman 2. All right. Not to say that there's no love for the rest of it. Again, with the support from the community and the fans to show us that you want what we make, there's always going to be a chance for us to further the license to cover the other series as well. But getting back to the actual license itself, right? So Gatchaman 2 is what we are going to be presenting in 2025 with the initial concept images that you have seen of us doing it. And we want to present this in the Machina scale, so to speak. Maybe soon we'll be changing that name, right? No longer using that, but maybe it's good to let our fans know that this actually has the size of about like 2.5, 3 inches of a figure, and the whole eagle sharp for that matter, based on scale and proportion, is going to be about 12 inches long. So let me just show up this really quick. Okay. So series of Gatchaman 2 vehicles, right? The figure is gonna be about 3 inches with 10 POA. Eagle Sharp is, as you can see there, 12 by 8 by 5, and then obviously made from high quality ABS plastic. So as the mention of a series, that means we're not just doing a one-off. Okay, we're committed to bringing the whole team to the table. But starting off with Eagle Shop, obviously, and then G2, G3, G4, G5, vehicles and figure. So before some of you guys might say, oh, wait a minute, some of those vehicles can be really big. Yes, and we're committed to doing it to scale. That's why we've chosen the scale of this, 3-inch figure, so that the vehicles can be, in a size that would actually be affordable and displays pretty well. Any other scale would actually put us like maybe going in too fast, too expensive, too exorbitant. All right, if you do it at the 3 and 3/4 or even 1/12, right? You can't really imagine a 1/12 scale eagle shop. But having said that, with the figures being 3 inches tall, right away, right off the bat, how can we do the God Phoenix? Okay, so the God Phoenix is going to be something that we will discuss as we produce the products, look at the fan reception, seeing what we can do with the vehicles at this size, and then obviously we will be more than interested, right? Very excited to actually present our own God Phoenix. Again, as a fan, as a big fan of Gatchaman 2's God Phoenix, I've seen the creative works from the folks like Unify making the diecast version, but those are still pretty much around like 12 inches long. But something bigger is definitely worthy of a vehicle at the God Phoenix. Okay, maybe stretching it out to 20 plus inches or more, right? So we'll see, right? Won't be promising too much, but definitely we have secured the license for Gatchaman 2, our first official license. And for those of you who might say, wait a minute, isn't your first official license Silverhawk? We will leave that topic for another day. All right, but our first official license is Gatchaman 2, and also an Asian license, and a license that, in Singapore back in the day, is adored by all the kids of the 80s. Right. So Gatchaman 2 vehicles with figure, with articulation, vehicles with function as well. Not to forget about that. There's going to be retractable landing gear. There's going to be function with the wings, etc., etc. But let us show you once we get to the prototype, which we are currently earnestly working on, so that we can get the approvals. And then once the approvals are okay, we'll be able to show you guys what we have. Hopefully, if we don't make it for presenting it in Malaysia at the end of September, which is actually pretty fast, we want to show it off again back in the hometown on in December when we attend the Singapore Comic Con. Right? What better way, a big event to showcase our first licensed prototype at a big event like Singapore Comic Con. Of course, not to discount the Asia one, the Asia Pop in Malaysia. We would really love to debut it there, but again, it's coming close to end of September, and we don't want to promise and then have nothing there to show. Right? We are definitely earnestly working on this model, and it requires some approvals before we can actually show it. So that time taken into consideration is more than likely to be realistic as a December presentation. All right, Hannah, could the Gatchaman members come with cloth capes? Yes. In fact, we are planning to have the figure being able to sit inside the cockpit, so it has got to be a cape that is able to be soft enough. Hence, soft material. We'll definitely look into that. Okay. All right. Hannah says, "Oh my God, finally a promise of the whole team from someone." Yes, it is a promise, because that's also the promise that we made to Tatsunoko, that we're going to be doing this the long stretch. So no two ways about it. And I'm excited to be able to do the G2 Condor vehicle, which is basically very rare. the Swan motorcycle in that size, which is will be a little bit small, and then you got the Sparrow, I think, the Swallow, and of course the big tank. So all very exciting projects for Ramen to be looking forward to. All right. So that concludes the mention of our second big announcement, which is the license. And then as I look at the banner here to remind me of what's coming up next, it's going to be, I believe, showing you one of the. Yes. Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit about the mask, just a little bit. Okay. And then we'll move on to show you the brake car, right? So the mask, everybody has been asking about where's the mask, where's the mask. So as I've mentioned this before, and I'll mention it again, we hit a snag with our developer in regards to the mask. Whether or not the issues are genuine or an excuse, I'm not sure. But the fact of the matter is that we could not progress with this vendor who insisted that the 3D model could not be rendered onto the computer because the files were too huge. And then we were stuck there thinking that he's going to find a way to sort it out. Because, as I mentioned, we actually tooled one part of the floor, well, basically two parts, right? The top floor and the bottom floor. And once it's tooled, the dimensions are different from the actual 3D printed prototype. So, in order for us to adjust and jig everything to now fit the tool part, it requires in the computer jigging everything so that it can be output to fit the tool parts. So that's where we hit the roadblock, right? We hit uh, the person not fulfilling their responsibility of providing us while we waited and waited, and then we finally realized that something was wrong. We basically were upfront, right? And then they said they can't do it, and then we had to find another person, another entity, another firm to assist us to make this mask, right? Which we have found. And as recent as last Tuesday, I was actually at the factory to look at a 1/2 scale mask, which in effect is actually 1/24 scale. So before you guys get too happy about, oh, there's going to be a smaller scale, no, it's just a 1/2 scale of the model that we're going to make so that it's easier for us to talk through the details. So I've actually done that. I actually gave the Mad Hatter a sneak peek at this particular 1/2 because uh, he likes turtles, and I managed to see a little turtle test shot at the factory, so I just put it there. Could I actually just show you guys? I'll just show you guys just to show that I'm not smoking you guys or just kidding around. So, but again, like I said, I have not yet. So yeah, okay. So this is actually the. Oh, wait a minute. Got to make sure. Okay. So this is actually the half scale mask on the table. You can see the bottle there. All right, and then we have what you call it. We have a little, a little turtle in the mask itself. Okay, again, this turtle is not ours, so I should not show too much of it. But generically, that was proof of purchase that we are actually working on the thing. Okay, so now that they have gotten the half scale and everything is according to understanding, because it's a new entity, they need to understand what we're trying to do in terms of the modularity and everything. So now that it's all pretty much done, we are able to now scale it back to 1:1 scale, apply the colors, and like I said, we would be late, but we'll get you there, right? So aiming at around August, where I will have a live stream to show you guys this magnificent piece, albeit late, but finally in colors and showing you how it really modularity works and how the top is not going to sag, etc., etc. Because from the last live stream, well, the only live stream, two live streams showing off the mass prototype, the top was sagging. I was putting something in the middle to support it. All doesn't work too well, but this will be what you guys want, right? So you have waited some time for it, and we will not disappoint. Okay, so that's so much for the mask, because you know, again, it is not by our means to delay. Neither are we making excuses. We are giving it as exactly as what happens. And along the way, we have so many projects that indeed, the mask was a little bit neglected in terms of like following up to really get the vendor to come up with the timelines. So, but now we have arrived at this point. All right. So that is the mask. But at the same time, something else white is this guy. Okay. So we have actually showed off the test shot of the Braid car in Joe Fest. And I believe a Big Dub would be helping everybody do a short video of what he thinks about the initial test shot. So the last time I was here holding this, it was a colored version of the alpha version. Okay, so that is still no problem. We have that as a paint sample. It's safely in the factory as the paint sample to apply when we do make the production for the alpha version. Other than that, I was actually showing a gray sample, a gray prototype, but not anymore, right? This time around, I'm actually showing the actual test shot, but now in white, right? What we saw in Joe Fairs was black, and now I'm showing you guys in white with a bit more coloring, right? We're still testing it out, right? We're by no means the final article. There's still little kinks that we are working out, but generically, this is what it's gonna be, because we promise two basic braid cars. By basic, I mean all this is just like that. Um there is no oh, it's actually missing. Okay, so there's supposed to be a push bar here, right, for the alpha version. And then there's all these things for the alpha version. There's all these things by magnet, right, for the alpha version. And this spoiler here, right, it's all by magnet, you see, right? So that is alpha version, right? That's alpha version. We'll put it aside. But this is the basic version. So basic version, as requested by you guys, comes in white and black. Okay, so this is what it looks like with white. There are no lights. They're just going to be clear parts that is colored for the signal lights. The headlights are just clear plastic. We'll probably do some silver underneath coat to get it more sort of like reflective more. Okay, on the back here we have brake lights that is in clear plastic as well. Okay, so everything opens up as what we talked about. And then if you can see inside, there's actually uh see the flooring. So there is flooring patterns in the floor. So it's a nice clean uh van that you guys can work with. The top also is transparent here, right? A nice clean van. Okay, all the doors works. um yeah, so this is going to be available for pre-order. Not so fast, because everybody has talked about spacing things out. So as we actually go ahead to fine tune the tooling so that it's something that is good to go, give us some time. So by end of August, we will be able to have the braid car for pre-order. All right, so one more month. Okay, can we buy the basic black with add-on alpha pack? Um, sure. I will look into that. We can throw in the parts as an add-on, but what colors would it be? Would it be in all white? Right. So, will the red stripe be paint or sticker? It's all paint. So the reason why the alpha version is more expensive is because the whole thing will be painted in accordance to the alpha version. But for the generic white and black, the whole body is actually injected in color, hence the more economical pricing. All right. So again, We would have loved to do pre-orders for this at the gray stage, right? Prototype. We would have loved to do a pre-order now, but still, with the whole idea is that the community wants us to space things out, and so we will space things out. We will not be offering this for sale until we get past the hump of the coming pre-order that I'm going to be talking about in just a bit. Okay, so hang on to your horses, save up. You don't have to be eating ramen all the way. Uh, yeah, this. I'm excited to take actual pictures. Also, the interior will be properly painted. Now it's just injected in white. There'll be proper paints for everything. Okay, but generically, the front, the outer feel will be like that, where you have the grill in black, underlined with silver, right? And of course, the bottom is going to look like that. And of course, the this rotates a little bit, not too much. Okay, so yeah, excited to be bringing you guys the braid car basic version in August, right? End of August, right? Let's take some time to relax as we prepare, as the team prepares to put this up for pre-order, and then the estimated delivery date would be January of next year. Okay, so hold us to that because we're confident of meeting the delivery date. Okay, so no problem there. Again, all details will be made final once we put things up for pre-order at the end of August, and that is the brake car. And to touch a little bit about things that's currently in test shot phase. Let me just pull up. I should have done this earlier, but forgot. I'm just going to pull up a little image here. Hopefully, okay. So speaking about things that's in test shot phase, this is actually the packaging for Phantom foil. Okay, so we have gone into packaging phase. After this, we will have the actual injected colors of Phantom foil, and once that's done, we'll be ready to move into production and ship. So again, we have missed the initially anticipated delivery in June of this year, but we will get us there right before the end of the year. We will look to push this out along with the other 80s commanders that's currently on pre-order. So if you hit the website ramentoy.com, you will see we have 4 commanders that's actually behind me over there. Okay, you can actually have a last chance, so to speak, to place your orders for them. We'll do a final run and basically call it a day, right? Because we have had the commanders from 2021, our first product. We have done a few iterations, and then I guess this is the final form that it's going to take before we just sort of hope, leave it aside for a while, right? I think there's enough people that's gotten the commanders. The last batch that missed out on this particular retro packaging, you have the last chance to get it uh, at pre-order, and we will endeavor to make the production swiftly and then present it. Uh, when I say present, means it goes out the factory door before the end of the year. All right, and obviously, there's people who are asking about the antagonist scientists. Again, I have been busy, but again, it's not excuse. But I've yet to paint the scientist, but he's there. He's willing to be painted. So once he's painted, we can then put him up for pre-order. And we've added this time around a function to him, which I hope I can demonstrate properly here. So there is a firing device. See? So there is a firing device for the antagonist. There's also another weapon on top here, which I actually don't have right now. But the main weapon over here, you can slot it in. And this is a prototype, by the way. Okay. So he has his little helmet that goes on. Okay. He obviously will split open as usual, right? So yeah, I mean, once we get this painted, the team will be able to put this up for pre-order, and he'll be able to join the antagonist sideboard, uh, and then you guys can mix and match and mash the halves to your satisfaction. And yeah, a bit late, but we'll get you there, right? Because truth be told, the fever for 80s commanders have sort of taken a back seat in terms of the other projects. I do apologize, but that's the way it is, and then we will get back on track with 80s commanders again, with the Phantom foils delivery, with the antagonist scientists uh, pre-orders, right? All coming in the next few months. So please bear with us. Okay. So, is there any other questions before I move on again to the next pre-order? Before the last segment of pre-orders, and then we will obviously have Patrick, who's waiting in the wings, to talk about Titanium Titans. Okay. Will he be coming with two different shades like antagonist cyborg? The answer is no. Scientist will be only one shade to keep things simple. All right. So once we are done with the Braid Cars pre-order, we will go again and give everybody a break of a month and start to take orders for the Ramen Racer and Razor at the end of September. Okay, so now that Ramen Racer is already in the hands of many folks, some of you are still waiting. And again, we mentioned that it will get there. Please bear with us. Again, our first time shipping these things by sea freight and in batches. So there is a lag. Some of you are asking why, if I ordered mine first, I'm getting it later. This depends on the exact items that you have ordered in your order. You may have picked at an early stage both the tiger orange and the black, and hence for ease of sanity and order tracking, your black would have to be coupled with the orange that is currently just moved out, and hence the delay. You know what I'm saying? And then, for example, if you have uh, certain parts that were ordered or not ordered, that would then put you in different groups, and then those different groups takes a queue number, right, to actually be dispatched from the logistics. Much like getting a ticket to board a plane, group one, group two, group three, group four, group five, group six, group seven, group eight, even. All right. So that's the way it is. We would have loved to put everybody in first class, but please accept apologies that we couldn't. All right. So that is for the Ramen Racer existing ones. And then due to the popularity of it that we are seeing, the Ramen Racer on eBay now for 700 US dollars, and people are still wanting to have the whole Inferno set. Yes, we're going to be doing another round of Ramen Racer. Let me just talk to Sydney first. Can we get a re-release of the Ramen Racer with the Inferno upgrade? Yes, that's what I'm just going to be addressing. So instead of having the graphite black and then you got to add on this and add on that, 2 packs, we're just going to have a Ramen Inferno, which is the Ramen Racer itself with the existing translucent tires, with the flame effects, with the engine block also in transparent orange, versus right now the engine block is in chrome, the blower is in transparent orange. Now we'll make everything in transparent orange. You will not have the option of regular tires. It will just be a full set of the Ramen Racer Inferno, and that is a done deal. One full set. You don't have to worry about picking the Inferno pack and picking the interchange pack. You just buy one full Ramen Inferno. You will have all the parts you need to have that display with the flaming tires and the flaming uh, blower. In addition, There will be some changes to the interior color, so you won't get exactly the same one as the predecessor. And at the same time, we're going to be offering a fully black, graphite black version. We'll call it another name. So instead of the chrome, silvery rims and bumpers, it will all be black. Okay, it'll be really nice and classy. By black, it doesn't mean that everything is just like injected in black color. No, it's gonna be actually, chrome black or painted in black sort of paint. So it will all still have a painting process versus just doing the shoddy way of just injecting that. That's it, right? There will be, you can see the value in it. So by that, I will need time to churn up this sample. Now that we have the tools and everything in hand, I can churn up an actual sample, not a prototype, right? An actual sample, take proper pictures, and you guys can see exactly what you're getting in terms of the all black version and the new Ramen Inferno. All right, so those are the two products that is going to be on pre-order at the end of September, plus the Ramen Razor finally. All right, so we sort of teased the Ramen Razor at the start of the new year, which now is 7 months in. We teased the Ramen Razor. We were anxious to get it out as soon as Ramen Razor hits. We're going to be selling Ramen Razor, but again, we all know about the delays that happen. So Ramen Razor obviously is pushed back, but it won't be pushed back too much further. It will be together with these two Ramen Razors as a second chance to get it, and then the Ramen Razor will also be available for pre-order at the end of September. So for those of you who are in Joe Fest, you guys actually saw the Ramen Razor in the flesh. That is a painted prototype, meaning that the colors are not final. Okay, we will endeavor to make it even better. And then, the razor accessories can be bought separately, so you can actually deck up your existing razor with the razor parts, or you can buy the whole razor that will actually have all the paint effects on the car body itself. All right, so more details on that as we get there towards the end of September. So coming up to look forward to, we have the braid car, three choices: alpha version, and two basic black and whites. Again, the basic black and whites, I can tell you now, and I've actually mentioned it way back when we did the videos, is that the early bird price for these two guys of the basic version is $99.95. Okay, and obviously the economical shipping to the USA, at least to tell you guys, is going to be 50 US. Okay, and that is, again, we will not talk about waiting time, because by the time we will already have shipped it there and then dispatch it once it's already in the shore, right? It'll be done differently for the braid car. Speaking of shipping, the upcoming pre-orders, in fact, we have not done any pre-orders for the most part of this year, and hopefully, not hopefully, but yes, we will start a new pre-order really soon after this live stream. But take note, okay, there'll be some territories that we have excluded from the list. As much as we want to service every single place, it has come to the realization that certain areas are just simply too difficult to access for some reason. Either primarily the price, right? You yourself would not accept paying $300 to slow boat a ramen racer to you after paying 175, 250, 280. You add $300 US to ship the ramen racer. So we are excluding certain territories from the list. Now, if you are one of those unlucky people that happen to be in the excluded list, and you want to get our products, I can only advise you to write into us individually, and we will see what we can do. Because the other sane way is to ship it to a US address and then have that US address forward to the final destination. That's as much as I know in terms of why we're excluding those countries. Again, we sincerely apologize. We do not mean to not want to ship there, but what's presented in front of us is the obstacle that prevents us from actually shipping it to you. All right. But we are still going to do our best to work with you if you would like. Right. So please write in to us if you happen to check out and oh, you can't actually get it shipped to your country or territory. Okay. So that is what I would like to say. Apologies. So yeah, so back to it. We are looking forward to the Braid Cars pre-orders in end of August, which I will again do a reminder. So not to worry, we'll take good pictures of the products and have them on pre-order. And then subsequently, a month later, at the end of September, we'll have the ramen racers and razor for pre-order. And then of course we'll have a date of delivery that accompanies that pre-order accordingly. Which brings us to the actual pre-order that will start today. Something that we have worked on quite massively this year. Yeah, we did. So remember, guys, we started work on this only this year, and here we are presenting to you the pre-orders, having given sneak previews, having shown off the samples, prototypes at Joe Fest. All right. So without further ado, again, let me have a little video to introduce this next product, which I think I need to do this thing again. There we go. All right. All right. What do you think of that, guys? The armored vehicles, the ramen armored vehicles, is officially pre-order open, and as you saw over there, those are the prices that are for the early bird. And I think let us just go and head over to the website so that you guys can see. Hold on. There we go. All right. So it's actually on the website right now, thanks to Terrence, who has worked uh, feverishly, right, to get these things up. So kudos to Terrence in the background. So yeah, head over to the website if you already haven't know ramentoy.com and look at the pre-orders for the armored vehicles. Pre-order starts now today, the 20th of July, Singapore time, and we'll run this early bird for a month. Okay, so as you've seen in the short video presentation, we have RAV01, which is the Hunter main battle tank. And the counter over there actually shows you the units. So once we hit 1,500 units on this counter, then we will actually have the blast effects made available to everybody. Okay, it's not something where it's going to be the first how many people. We tried that with the ramen racer, and then there is some logistics administrative challenges. So we're just going to say once we hit this goal, everybody gets the blast effect. Just like how we said, once we hit this number, everybody gets the translucent tires, right? Which we promised and we did it. Okay, so help us to get to 1,500 of the Hunter, and we'll be able to offer the blast effect to you guys. And why do we do that? Because the blast effects also requires tooling, and it's not that small a tool, it's pretty big. And even more so, the blast effect for the amphibianer. Okay, it's long and hard, right? And it's not cheap, the tooling. All right. Another thing that is worth noting is that you can see over here, if I may just enlarge this, you can opt to pay in full, which means that if you have the funds available and you don't want to think too much about it, you want to support this project, put the money in. And by the way, there's also going to be shipping charges together. So it's a one-time thing. Just put in the payment, put in the shipping, you're done. There's no need to wait for another email that asks you for shipping, etc., etc. And then you're done. You're good to go, and you wait for us to deliver the product. However, for those of you who don't have the funds upright, there is an option to do a $50 deposit. Okay, you don't have to pay us in full. You can reserve your unit with a $50 deposit. But of course, by that, it means that when the product is ready to ship, then you will need to actually access the email that we'll be sending out to you guys, and then go into the system to make the remainder of the payment so that we can process your order. All right, so that's the new feature that we have for this new pre-orders. Early bird runs 30 days as usual, and if you guys can do the math, it's about 30% off the regular price. So 199.95 is the price for a Hunter main battle tank. It has an interior. It has an interior that sits two figures. It has a turret that holds one figure. Although we don't advise to have two figures in the interior and then one figure in the turret. All right, we don't advise that. It's I believe either or, right? So we will get to that playability once we are in advanced tooling stage and we can have the test shots to show you guys the functionality. But otherwise, as a fragile prototype, we were able to also demonstrate how the turret would traverse, how the gun would elevate and depress, how it would change from the tank to the bridge layer to the phalanx. At Joe we did that. Okay. Of course, I would have loved to do live demonstration but it's a little bit more finesse to actually attach the bridge layer onto the hull. Which again, all these would be demonstrated in video, so there's no need to worry. It's not as difficult as it sounds. It's actually pretty simple and straightforward. It's just that things are big and cumbersome, so it's a bit more challenging for uh, us to actually do the video. You know, it's by my I'm here in China, right? So my guys are in Singapore. The thing is, so again, we're not able to do the actual demonstration as we did with the ramen racer back in the day. In the ramen racer, I was able to show you how I changed the hoods, I changed out the headlights and things like that. But for this guy, unfortunately, we can't show it until we are at the stage where this thing is solid, and then we can show you guys how it all works. Okay, so the Hunter, again, 1995 is the retail price, but you can cash in right now, right? By the early bird price of just 140, and with shipping, it brings a total to 190. Okay, so basically, if you think about it, it's just the retail price, $9 less with free shipping. Okay, so that is the Hunter. And then what happens is that we've thought long and hard. Okay, hey yo, will the Desert Hunter be available again? Currently, no, because it's meant to be a Joe Fest exclusive, and we've closed all the pre-orders for that. We wanted it to be special for Joe Fest. Okay, so unfortunately, that is the whole idea of exclusive. So the Hunter tank will be in green. Again, it will be somewhat close to the green that we presented at Joe Fest. Those that saw it with their own eyes can see the actual green. Photography would sometimes distort the temperature of the color, so some might see it a little bit more yellowish. Some might see it a little bit more greenish on your computer screen, depending on what resolution of screens that you have. But those that actually saw it in the flesh at Joe Fest will have a good idea of what the colors actually is to the naked eye. Now, the product would come with a set of stickers, optional. You can apply it yourself. We have showed off how these stickers are applied on our prototype. We have taken the feedback that these stickers are not exactly ideal because it shows off a unsightly translucent backing. So we will be actually improving on that to make sure that you have proper stickers that looks good as an adult collectible, right? Those stickers with the translucent background look like what we would get as a kid, but now we're adults. It should have a higher quality. And again, I've mentioned that the stickers were actually prototypes in itself. We put the stickers together in a shortest possible time to make it available for show on how to demonstrate you can actually deco up your armored vehicles with those stickers. But again, as with all Ramen Toys products and development, we'll make sure that we will get a sticker quality that is satisfactory to the collector. All right. So again, we talked about this, and then there were people asking, will you be selling the hull together with the bridge layer? Will you be selling the hull together with the rocket launcher, etc., etc.? So the final decision is to actually sell them as separate accessory packs. Okay, so the accessory pack for the bridge layer would be like so. Okay, usual price 129.95, early bird price 89.95, and there's also going to be a accompanying shipping cost for this because the bridge layer parts would not be packed together with the big main battle tank. Rather, it will be separate in a separate box, but it can be, according to what I know, consolidated as one way bill when we are dispatching the order to you. So you're getting one order, one tracking number, but you'll get a few parcels because they're all separated. Okay, so the whole rationale of selling the bridge layer parts as accessory is to reduce the price, right? Reduce the price. And because we came to a consensus that not everybody wants to buy another hull, another hull, and another hull. So if you want to have all three, you have to get three hulls, which might be space restrictive. So by having the accessory pack, you can actually take out your turret of the Hunter, put it aside, and then put on the bridge layer. And then if you so want to put the phalanx, you can again remove the bridge layer and put on the phalanx parts. Okay. So speaking of the phalanx parts, it's going to be again over here at the early bird price of 60 US dollars. Okay. So regular price is 89.95, and the early bird price is 60. What you're going to get is you're going to get a cupola part with two hatches that does not traverse, because you don't traverse this kind of hatch, right? It's meant to be looking forward. It's not meant to traverse. So it's going to be a fixed position, and then you're going to have rotating guns on the side, double barrel with magnetic attachments, which means that the hull itself would actually already come with a magnet in the hull. You just need to add on the side double barrel cannons, which already have magnetic attachments, and just attach it there. Okay. The entire backside of the hull interchange, as some of you at Joe Fest would have seen me perform the change. So the actual rocket launcher that is on a 360 swivel would be able to be easily attached to the hull by removing the previous part and then attaching this part. The rocket launcher itself is on two arms that actually has ratchet joints that rotates up and down, in addition to the whole thing rotating 360. We have 12 dedicated and individual rockets. If it's too much, my apologies, but that's the way it is. There's no like fake rockets. Every single piece is individual, and that actually allows for future playability as we introduce maybe more blast effects that you guys can get to deck out your rocket launcher. So what is going to be included is one blast effect that stretches the furthest, and then subsequently, if we do develop the other blast effects, then you can actually put them on, and then enhance your display, so to speak. So there you go. Phalanx accessory pack, the bridge layer accessory pack, that all goes together with the Hunter main battle tank. All right. And then we have the Amphisbaena. Okay, Amphisbaena is a double barreled plasma black tank with two hatch doors at the turret to place two figures. So theoretically, you're going to have a maximum of four figures that can be placed in this vehicle. But of course, we don't recommend that you have seated figures in the hull and then seated figures in the turret, because they might clash. Okay, that's just the way it is. So not featured in this picture, of course, are the antennas that's included with the turret, and of course the main gun would elevate and depress accordingly with ratchet joints. Same thing, the turret spins 360. If you remove the turret, you will be exposed to an interior as well. And same thing with the Hunter. Get us to 1,500, 1,500 pieces sold, and then we'll include the blast effect as seen here and as seen in the video presentation. All right, so this part here is going to be ABS for the straight parts, and then for the jiggly wiggly plasma energon sort of effect is going to be like PVC. So a tooling nonetheless, but it'll be inclusive once we are able to hit the 1,500 units ordered. Again, pre-order price, early bird pre-order price is 140. You can also, once again, do a $50 deposit to secure your order, or if you just want to pay up front in full and forget about it, you're most welcome to do so. Dr. Dark, Mr. Dark, when will you take rest of the money when the tank is out for delivery? Yeah, if there is a deposit made, then before we actually ship, we will do a email blast to everybody to go back into the system, into the website, and then fulfill the rest of the checkout process. That's the way we have it. All right. So Not too bad. An hour 17. We actually hit the hour mark as we introduced the AVs, and I thought we were doing pretty good on time because the next segment, if there's no other questions, would be the last part of the live stream where I will be bringing on Patrick from Riot Press, and we'll go over our upcoming IP, the Titanium Titans. So one question here is: the Hunter potentially going to get delayed or shelved due to no? Hunter has no bearing with Hasbro. Hunter is a main battle tank from the Ramen armored vehicles line, and it has no bearing on any license. Right. Okay. So Michael, is there any other? I think I definitely lost control of the chat. So my apologies if I've not actually attended to all what you guys are talking about. Hopefully Michael would have actually. Oh, there's actually start. Okay, start. Okay, there we go. Okay. So Robert Evans asked about what a bot and boy. So this would obviously be part of the process. If we get the license, then this would be under the license. As simple as that. Okay, hence we have not actually spoke too much about this, because if then else if we get the license, which we hope to get, then bot and boy would not have to be named bot and boy. All right. um yes, my friend, Neil, how about the motorcycle you tease again? Same thing, right? They have listened to our idea of the 118 scale, and that's why they are interested, because we have a plan. We have a long-term plan. It's not just about doing this one, two pieces. There is a plan. We have given them the plan, and the motorcycle is part of the plan. Okay. Brian Bless Fury Fletcher, Ace questions. Do you plan on adding the Brave Star line with his horse and other characters? Oh, speaking of that, yes. Okay, sorry. So I was about to actually also show you the the uh the Marshall. Okay, so the Marshall is basically good to go. We are just sorting out some final QC checks and doing some replacement for certain parts, but all in all, that is the actual piece that is good to go, right? Yep. So again, I've actually shown off some images of the Marshall without the head, as we're working on the head, and the body is all done. So let's just wait another 2 weeks. I'll say 2 weeks before we actually get this product out the door. Out the door meaning out the factory door, and then the logistics will process each and every order to send the Marshall to everybody, right? So do we plan to add? Yes, we are already making the 3.0 prototype, which was delayed again because we were figuring out certain aspects of the figure we wanted to articulate that we couldn't. So at the end of the day, we came to a consensus agreement of how it should be, and then we're moving ahead again. Hopefully, I will get a painted paint master by the next month or so, and then we can plan accordingly to release the pre-orders and the delivery. Okay. Is there any other 6-inch military style vehicles and characters to accompany them? Yeah, I mean, once we roll out the AVs, then we will plan for what's going to be coming up next. All right, so one thing at a time. John G asked about the shipping status for the Night Ops Gullwing. Yes, we have already shipped the Gullwing as per what my knowledge. The reason for, again, we apologize because it's kind of strange that the people who bought it at Joe Fest got their Night Ops, while the people actually who bought it on the website have not gotten it at that point of time. Well, first of all, let's be a little bit fair, because we actually offer this exclusive online versus making it just an event exclusive, meaning that you can't get it anywhere else but the event. So we actually allocated some of the stock for online, because we understand not everybody can make it to Joe Fest, right? So we brought a certain number to Joe Fest, which we sold out at Joe Fest, and then we allocated a certain number for people who could not attend Joe Fest but would like to buy the exclusive. So because of this, right, and we were at Joe Fest, there was a transition time for us to get back, settle the orders, and instantly there was a shortage of packing boxes that we had ordered. Not that this is the ultimate excuse. It takes a few days to make the packing boxes, but also it takes time to coordinate the packing boxes being sent to the accompanying the appropriate logistics company, receiving the orders, the instructions from us on which product goes to who, right? So these all in all took up the time from the time you were waiting for the night ops going till now. But as far as I'm concerned, everything is already shipped out. All right. Currently, no updates on Agent Scully. Unfortunately, been really busy with everything else, such that I have actually put it on hold because I really wanted to have the light up feature materialize, and so far it is not to my satisfaction. Let us buy the armor for the brick card separately. Okay, Josh, I will take that into consideration. We'll speak to the team on how we can manage it administratively. Any word on the Master of the Universe weapons? Yes, we're also working on that. I had made some changes to what we had shown you guys before on a white 3D print. Those were not satisfactory. We've gone ahead to go back to revise it. And the last time when I saw it, there was still some revisions to be made. And hopefully, again, once I get back from Wonder Festival, I hope to be able to show you guys the whole weapons rack. Okay. It's an aviation update. It's already shipped. All right, it's already shipped. I have a little sample here. All right, but as far as I know, we are already shipped for Asus. I only brought this back because I need to do a video to actually show you guys how to change out the head to fit the Falcon, which by the way was done perfectly by Robo when Robo was doing his play day. So he was the first person to actually do the video instead of me actually doing the video to show you guys how to change out the heads. But that's the way it is. All right, so Acer Aviation is shipped, and then of course we'll plan for Wave 2, right, for next year. So the tank is shipping at the end of next year. The proposed date is the ultimate date that we will ship, and obviously we'll endeavor very much to over promise wrong over deliver and under promise. Let's hope. That's the hope that we have. Are you still coming out with a battle skeleton similar to the different battle bones? Yes, I am. Definitely. So please look out for that. In fact, recently we have just confirmed how we're going to be articulating the main spine. Okay. So instead of individual socket joints, there's actually a metal rod inside that enables the movement, sort of similar to our Acer Aviation's oxygen hose, which has a metal inside, so you can actually maneuver the hose. So this actually method is a much stronger method because it employs actually household appliances. Okay, if you guys have those lighting that you can just twist around, right? It's kind of strong. Those are the metal piping that we're using inside the spine to allow the articulation. Okay, so that is coming soon as well. There's always a chance, Christopher. That's all I can say. So, Adam, have you thought about just releasing the figures for masks like the 2 packs in the past? So once we are able to work with the licensor, then we can obviously propose different SKUs, right? The more SKUs, the merrier, because that means more royalties to be paid. You can order the Brit car, George, by the end of next month. Jester81, can you please update us with people who are missing stuff on the Ramen Racer? Yes. So we will need time to consolidate all the customers' requests and then get the replacements from the factory. Some of them includes retooling. Some. Okay. So we will need at least 2 to 3 months to consolidate all these things. Of course, the earlier the better, but 2 to 3 months is about the time we will require to get these parts in place. We will endeavor to push out parts as soon as possible, right? But please allow us up to 2 to 3 months from the time of your inquiry and basically the complaint of the missing parts for us to fulfill sending you the missing parts. Okay, so please do bear with us. All right, so on that note, are we good, Michael? Is there a thumbs up? Are we're clear on all the comments? Then without further ado, I'm going to bring on my guest today, who has been waiting in the backstage for some time. Patrick.
Hey,
Whoa, wait a minute.
how are
Okay,
you
sorry about
doing?
that. Yeah. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. I haven't used. I'm on my special internet computer. I haven't used it in a while, so my camera is not updated. So you're not gonna be able to see my beautiful face this time around. I
Yeah, we're
apologize.
hoping to see the beautiful face.
And was it that Michael's handling us backstage? That's who's back there,
It's Chris.
Chris.
Yeah,
Michael,
it's an inside joke.
I actually saw your book. I was at Heroes Con and someone actually brought your elf book by, and I was like, I know that guy. I know that guy. No, but that book came out good. I forget what it was called. Elf Quest. Is that what it was? I don't know. It was good though. Good looking book. Good job, Michael.
Okay, I'm gonna actually bring up the Titanium Titans so that you can talk about it. Let me see.
I made a short video as well.
Oh, you wanna play that video?
Sure. Let me
Yep.
go ahead and grab it real quick. Here you go. Hit that.
Showing us. This is the actual So let's take us through this, man. Titanium
Oh,
Titans.
so Titanium Titans, this is something that you and I have been working on for, I
Yep.
don't know, like quite some time. Like I think it's been like 2 years. Like we've been like talking about this.
Good
I
things
went back.
takes time, right?
What's that?
Good things takes time.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I went back and I looked at some of the old archives of when we were initially talking about this, and I mean, it was a while ago. So I was kind of surprised, but nonetheless, here we are. Uh, it's a well, it's you know, Ramen does a lot of great stuff, and one of the things that I've been at you to do was an original IP, and this is what you and I kind of came up with, and we've been fleshing this out, and what we just saw were the prototypes that we were showing off at Joe Fest, which I think got a pretty good reaction at Joe Fest. I've heard a lot of good feedback. Um, and now basically what's going on is we're trying to find a platform because we're going to be doing a weekly comic book that's basically like a syndicated comic book. We're going to do it on Webtoon. And we're going to do that to kind of build up some anticipation of the brand. And then we're going to bring an amazing line of Space Marines.
So, Patrick, could you just tell the people tuning in now the basic synopsis of Titanium Titans? I think
Okay,
everybody's
so
eager
the
to know.
the synopsis of the Titanium Titans is it is the year it's like 2700. It's really far in the future. And there is a space station that basically is derelict. It's been empty for maybe 100 years, and out of nowhere, they start to get a SOS from this old space station that's been empty for a very long time. So they go to investigate it, and it turns out to be basically like a haunted castle. And they have to kind of figure out what happened to this space station. They they dock at this space station, and then they infiltrate it. And as they infiltrate it, they start to find out a lot of things about their technology that they're based on, um, but also a lot about their truths behind their organization that they're actually part of, that for the most part has been hidden until now. So it's a little bit of like it's a little bit of mystery. There's a lot of sci-fi aspect. There's space marines going on in here as well. There's some magic in here too. So it's got a good mix of everything. Um, if you're a comic book lover, you're gonna love this story. If you're a toy collector, I think you're gonna love the toys. Um, and that's pretty much it. And I mean, something that I want to point out, and this was your idea. This guy right here, his name is Zog. He's actually translucent green, which his backpack actually lights up, so he actually glows. It looks like he takes like breaths. Yeah, it looks like he actually breathes, but he actually glows. Um, he's the main antagonist. These are the troop builders of Titanium Titan so far. Um, we got the Inferno, we got the Crimson, we got the Infantry Troopers, and then the captain of the team is Captain Zypher. And then there's also a couple other people that are here on the first cover for Webtoons that haven't been introduced toy wise yet. But I'm going to be talking with you about that shortly behind doors, and we'll figure some of that stuff out. Um, and yeah, this is our main cover right now. done by Darl Draws. She's a fantastic artist. Um, but so far, that's what we got. So we actually do have a website. Let me see if I can go ahead and share that. Let me get that set up here. Um, how do I set up my present? How do I share my? Oh, I gotta stop doing that. Roof Studios. We have a website that if you guys are able to, what happened to it?
Yeah, so we're
If you can get,
definitely interested to we're excited, right, to be able to release our first IP, right?
well, yeah, well, I mean, you know what was really exciting was people's reaction at Joe Fest. You know, like Pixel Dan was right up in there. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Ah, the Canuck. I missed you at Joe Fest, brother.
Yep. So once we tidy up uh some of the colors, take some good pictures and videos, confirm the platform for the crowd fund, then we'll be able to launch this guy, right? So by fall, you're
Yeah, by
thinking?
full. Yeah, I mean that's what we're trying to do right now. I think we're exploring options as far as how we want to fund this. You know, there's a lot of debate. Kickstarter, Indiegogo. There is also ways to turn our Shopify into a crowdfunding aspect as well. How are you looking at these pictures?
Because I have it. You send them to me. So I'm putting
Oh,
it
that's
up
right.
now.
You got them. You just brought them up. If you can share my screen real quick.
Oh,
If
your
if if
screen, okay.
if everyone runs over to our website, there's lots of information about the toys. There's pictures of the toys as well as there's pictures of the comics. But also, what's most important is that you go down here and you sign up for updates down here in the bottom. So you know exactly when we're going to go live with this, and exactly where we're going to be going live with it. So it's important to sign up. Uh, you know, I think we have about 800 signups already, Ace, which
Wow,
I'm not sure if you know, but that's a lot.
great. Yeah.
That's a lot so far. It seems that people are very interested. I'd like to get that sign up to like maybe 1,000 or 2,000, like before we go live. But feel free to run over here, check out the website. A lot of the art that we were showing tonight can be seen over here. There's actually some cleaner photos that
Can
Ace
we
took.
have the URL in the comments so that we can let people just go to the website?
Sure, sure.
Just type in the URL.
Yeah, let me just copy and paste that. But please go sign up and be a part of this journey
Yeah,
with
let's
us.
put the URL into the comments.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Oh, won't let me do it. Why won't it let me do it? It's been a pain. It's been a pain in the ass.
Kickstarter is the way to go, says Laser Pants.
Somehow I don't find that sincere.
Hmm.
Let's see. Connect. I don't know why it won't let me do it.
Well, just type it into the private chat and I will
I'll
paste
just
it.
drop in the private chat and
Yeah,
then you can put it up. There you
yeah.
go.
There we go.
It's asking me to sign in to something, which I understand. I haven't used this thing. Justin Mobin. Yeah, it's you know what story wise, very influenced by Event Horizon. Not gonna lie, Event Horizon was a great movie. Influenced a little bit by Motu as well. Captain Power. There's a lot of stuff kind of pick and choose in here. I think one of the reasons why Ramen and Rai make a good team on this is because we're such big fans of nostalgia, you know. And here we get to kind of just mash up a bunch of nostalgic things, and kind of put them together. How many waves planned so far? Well, I think we want to get Captain Zypher and we want to get his initial troopers done and Zog.
And the lady,
But
female
well,
figures,
yeah, I think the female figure we discussed, the female figure would probably be the stretch goal.
stretch goal, great.
Um,
Okay.
and then we do have another character that I do want to introduce. I got to talk to Shulong about making some extra parts, some new
Mm-hmm.
heads. And so there is going to be another a character kind of introduced next year in the next couple of weeks or so. um, that's why you got to sign up. You got to sign up so you can stay uh, you know in tune with what's happening here. But this is going to be a good thing. It's going to be worthwhile. I think if you're into collecting figures this size, there hasn't really been a whole lot of space stuff, and I think we're gonna have a lot of fun doing some of this Space Marine stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited. We showed at Joe Fest. I'm gonna bring these guys to the Asia Pop in Malaysia to showcase them.
Oh, I think
The
yeah, I think
the,
I
the
think I think a lot of I mean I think a lot of the Asia crowd's gonna eat this up. I mean,
Yep.
it's got that G-Man look to it.
Hmm.
Power Rangers, kind of Super Sentai type of look to it as well.
Yep. And if you wanna go to Japan, we can plan to bring these guys to Wonder Festival in winter next year. Right? I'm
Winter
going. I'm
next
going to
year.
the summer event next week. So next week I'm off to Tokyo for the Wonder Festival summer, and I'll
Uh-huh.
do some legwork, get some insights on how to get the registration done, and then
It's hard to get a
who knows?
table because I've looked into
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get talked into going to Singapore for Singapore Comic Con.
This will definitely be in Singapore Comic Con, right? With the revised helmet colors. Hopefully, we're going to revise also the wing shapes,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
We'll have time for that because we actually sort of rushed this out for Joe Fest. The coloration, we utilize some of the existing parts from Quicksilver in terms of the wings, but that's not the wings that we envision for these guys. They're gonna have much more dynamic looking wings. It's gonna be made from a softer material so that you can actually flex them. And yeah, the change of the helmet colors, getting that female figure prototype is very important, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, the wings will be more flexible. Here's a nice little lineup of all of them. And then, like in the illustration, I had a green one in there as well. The girl is gold. We have a black and blue guy who's known as the blacksmith. He's going to be in here as well. But again, super excited on people's reaction at Joe Fest. A lot of people were taking photos of these guys. Um, and it excited me because it's like when you work on something, when it's just a couple guys working on something and you're just going back and forth, it's kind of hard to tell. Are we doing? Is this coming out well? And then once we show it to people and the people are like, "Oh my god, this is awesome," then it's like, okay, it's like this was all worth it. Um, so yeah, I'm excited for this, and people should be excited for this too.
Absolutely. All right. So, is there any other stuff that we have to attend to for the chats and we can sort of wind down the stream? We've been at it for, well, I've been at it for an hour 46. Michael, let me know
Yeah.
in the background. Are we good? Oh, we're good. All right. So, yeah, I would like to then maybe put Patrick back into the green room. We'll talk later after this. All right, my friend.
I'll be here.
Any other last words?
I'm gonna go read this in the bathroom.
What?
Nothing.
Okay, then I will let you go into the green room. All right. Thanks, Patrick.
No
Appreciate you coming
problem.
on. All right, guys. I think so. Michael, you will. I'll leave it to you to do the ending outro later. Michael. Okay, all right. So, yeah, let me just go through the last bit of comments, and then we'll wind this live stream down. Again, I really appreciate everybody who has uh been at the live stream to support ourselves in this Ramen Toy special event. Where we showcase from the get go an update on the Great White, straight up to the progression of the Purple Rays prototype, that hopefully we can all change the names to proper names in the very coming future, because we are currently in negotiations with the licensor. We have actually secured a license with Gatchaman 2, and going to be churning out 12-inch vehicles with 3-inch figures in the next year. We hope to present a prototype at the Singapore Comic Con in December. We are excited to be able to present the Braid Cars pre-order coming next month, having already tooled the Braid car. No longer a prototype. Once you place the order, you will be getting it by January. We are excited also to be able to present finally the Ramen Razor for pre-order come end of September, along with the much demand, uh, so-called reissue of the Ramen uh, Inferno with the flame effects. But of course, it's not a reissue. It's going to be a separate issue by itself, along with an all black Ramen Racer. And then obviously we just launched the armored vehicles that's currently on the website at early bird prices. So do take 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 chance to order this at a great price. You can either do a deposit of $50 or pay in full and call it a day. The early bird runs for 30 days. There is special incentives to help us to get to 1,500 units of the Hunter and 1,500 units of the Amphibian sold, so that we can include all those awesome blast effects into the product. And then obviously we are working on getting other uh, projects on the way, such as the antagonist cyborg, the Back to the Bone, the weapon set, the verse hits, verse 4, verse 5, verse 6. There's lots and lots of stuff in the works for Ramen Toy, and we couldn't come to this stage without the immense support from everybody who has supported us from day one, who has come along and discovered Ramen Toy and been loving our products and then supporting it. We really, really appreciate every one of you. We'll continue to endeavor with Kaizen to improve all of products, production, delivery, communications, etc., etc. All right, so things can only get better, as per what I wrote in one of the Facebook posts. All right, so with that in mind, again, thank you so much for joining me. I apologize for not being able to see every single comment. I'll probably do a follow-up stream where I can address everybody one by one without any other product presentations in the way. And until then, right, it's me, Ace, and Michael in the background, thanking you for joining us this morning and this evening. And until the next live stream, take care, everybody.